Now, were you as surprised every season where your character went, or at any point where writers come to you and go, anything you want to try this year? Did you have any input at all?
Yeah, we have discussions. At the end of the day, it's definitely their call because, I mean, your character can only do so much within the confines of what the story is going to be. But I think if there's a specific thing that you're seeing that it's lacking or that you think would be an interesting thing to kind of throw in to the mix, if it works with the story, then it's there. It's always something to be talked about. So I'm trying to think if I was ever really like truly surprised. When I was really surprised about where he was. I think just because the arcs flowed so well with them that you could see where it was leading. But I think when he gave up his powers to save Korra, that was not surprising to me, but it was a nice evolution in the character that I saw, which was something that he never would have let go maybe a year before. Now he was like very fully willing to give up to save something that he cared about. So that was a nice moment for the character that I didn't necessarily see.
Going back to the beginning, had you seen the movie Teen Wolf? Like, did you know the origins?
I knew of the origins, yes. We all were forced by Jeff Davis to sit down and watch the movie before any interviews commenced so that we could all say that we saw it.
Oh, okay.
We get in trouble, yeah. We knew there would be some critics that would be very upset with us if we hadn't seen the movie.
I was nervous when I first heard they were making the show, because when I was a kid,
a lot of people.
I watched that movie a million times, and I was like, I don't know about this. And then I started watching it, and I'm like, I'll watch one more. Now we're in season 5, and I'm like, oh God, why is it so good?
I feel like that was a shared opinion with a lot of people. I don't know, maybe some of you have heard me tell this story before, but the first Comic-Con in San Diego, we were the most hated group of people at that convention. It was because it was like for a lot of people, like a beloved movie of their childhood or whatever, and so most of the questions we got were, why are you doing this? Whose ideal is this? How long until you're done? A lot of those questions, so it wasn't the most welcoming crowd, but it's really funny to see how it's changed, and it really kind of, I think that's what we wanted to do from the beginning, and what we expected to do was to kind of surprise people with, we even said, it's kind of nice that the expectations are so low, because it's going to be pretty easy for us to exceed them. But I think the way that we did it, was really, for us, it was a proud moment to see people kind of accept it and be like, okay, so they've really done their own thing with it, and they know what they're doing. So.
We like to say the show got Buffified.
Yes.
Because
yes.
if you look at the original movie, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a wacky movie, played more for laughs. And when that went to series, people went, what are they doing? Are they crazy? Yeah, it's a cult hit movie, but why would they be taking this tone with it? And now everyone, it's a beloved series, a classic series now. And here we are going, approved for a 6th season. You see the same effect with Teen Wolf.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think we always, not always, but once we've kind of been established, that was a comparison that kept coming up more and more, was the Buffy thing. And yeah, that was obviously great success. So as we compared to that, was quite the compliment. We enjoyed that.
We've already got a big lineup here. Why don't we get to some fan questions?
And you should be very proud of what you do.
Absolutely.
You should have.
Absolutely.
Hi. I have a boyfriend that I took years to convince to watch Teen Wolf. So what do you say to all the guys out there to convince them to watch them?
I've never tried to convince a guy to watch a show.
And do you know Styles' first name?
Oh my God. Do I know Styles' first name? Yes.
What is it?
Oh, you say Styles? No, I don't.
Maybe it's Tyler. There's so many Tylers on that show.
Yeah.
I know. We're going to run, all the creativity, we're going to run out at the very end and be like, just Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, man.
I'm one of the guys who watch the show.
Say hi to convince him, I don't need him to watch.
It does get better and better. So.
There we go.
And hopefully you'll get to enjoy more of Toronto, stay there longer.
I would love to.
Great city. I was just wondering, how much of the stunts do you get to do, and do you enjoy doing them, if you're allowed?
So the first season, I had to try to talk my way into stunts every day. And usually what they would do, it's say, okay, so go to this point, and then right before the stunt, just stop. We'll cut. We'll put the stunt guy in. We'll do another take. We'll do it with him, and then we'll insert you at the end of it. And so I say, okay. And we'd go, they'd say action, I'd go right up to right before the stunt, and instead of stopping, I would just do the stunt anyway. And they would be like, we told you to stop before the stunt. I was like, I know, I just want you to know that I can do it. And so I kept doing that for a while. So maybe, I want to say about halfway through season 2, they finally said, like, if you're gonna just keep doing it, we might as well film it. And so about halfway through season 2, I think, by the end of it, I mean, the finale fight, I did all my stunts in the second season. I think from that point on, I did probably about roughly like 95 to 99% of all my stunts for the rest of it. I love it. I did gymnastics as a kid. I grew up playing sports, so to sit and watch other people do fun, active stuff all day was torture. I couldn't stand it. So I like to be in there and hopefully one day follow Mr. Cruz in his footsteps and do all my own stunts. It's a fun part of the job. So. But there are stunts that our stunt guys do that are amazing, and I do let them take the painful things. I'm not going to take credit for that, because their backs hurt much more than mine. It'd be wrong to take credit.
Let's let them to do all the dangerous face work. Okay?
Yes, yeah, I know. Seriously, yeah. Nothing there, no being thrown back into a pillar. Like, no, that's just not fun.
So what's more intimidating, doing all the stunt work and acting as a werewolf, or working with Tom Hanks?
Depends on how old you are. When you're 13, you don't really get it. Now it would be terrifying. Other than the fact that he's the nicest guy in the world, makes everybody feel at home. But yeah, that's one of those experiences I say of all the things in my life. If I could go back and redo an entire experience, I'd probably do that now, just because being more than twice the age I was then. Yeah. Wow, that's a reality check. I think there's a lot of things that I would have taken in differently and really kind of understood differently. A lot of lessons from just watching him and Newman and Jude Law and Daniel Craig and working with Sam Mendes, phenomenal director. Definitely things that I didn't pick up on at 13 that you're just kind of like, that's cool. Now it's a little more introspective. So yeah, I think the makeup and the stunts actually.
But is it now, looking back, in a way, isn't it good that you were kind of too young? Because look at that cast, right? That is an insane cast. And I think if that was your first movie as an adult, they would probably be crying,
Yes, there was crying. There was lots of crying. It's definitely, I think as you get older, you become more aware. In a funny way, you have a false confidence as a kid. And I remember we were doing one of our table reads and I hadn't met Paul Newman yet, and I saw him standing over there. I was like, oh, he's playing my grandpa. I should go say hi. So I just ran over. I was like, hi, Mr. Newman. My name's Tyler. I'm playing your grandson. And he's like, hey. He's like going. My mom's like freaking out. So yeah, the awareness was not there yet, which was worked. It was bliss. It really was. It helped us tremendously.
Hi, Tyler.
Hello.
Another guy that watches your show.
Yeah, we got two. Two of the first 2 questions.
I'd appreciate it if every guy would point out that he's a guy before he
We're keeping a tally now.
That's right. I was just curious. I wanted to know what got you into acting and also who your inspirations are in terms of actors.
As cheesy as it sounds, fate got me into acting. By all means, I should not be here. I was about 8 years old. My mom had told me that I'd done commercials as a baby, but I was a mama's boy, so they stopped because I'd always cry when they put me on camera. And so I hadn't done that forever. And I was about 8, and I talked to her about this and thought, oh, it'd be fun to do some commercials and get money for video games. Because all you want to do when you're 8 years old. I was playing baseball basically every day, as I did through college. And then we got a random letter in the mail that said, come try out for this acting school. There's a thing at the convention center down the street. And we thought, oh, we should go. And then found out we had a baseball game. So thought, guess we're not going to go. And we went to drive to the desert. I've never had a game get rained out there. Never did since that day. The one time we got a phone call from my coach that said, it's pouring rain, go home, we're not playing. And so we decided there's nothing else to do today. Let's go to that audition thing for the acting school. And we did it. And got in. 6 months later, got an agent, and just kind of kept going. And 4 years later, Perdition happened, and that was kind of like oh, yeah, I can do this for a while. This is fun. I like this. So yeah, freak accent, which is why I feel so bad when people ask me like, do you have any advice on how to break in? I'm like, absolutely not. Check your mail. That's the best I can do. Check your mailbox. Maybe there's something going on. I have no clue. So that's really what got me into it. I mean, once I started, classes and really started to learn about it, I did, really develop a love for it. I really enjoy what I do, and now the challenges of being, an adult actor are obviously much different than as a child actor. So I appreciate the research and the study and the observing people and all that kind of stuff, and just being able to tie in your experience into the human experience and being able to relate that through characters. That's very fun for me. I really enjoy that. I mean, my heroes and idols in acting are Robert Downey Jr., Johnny Depp, Tom Hanks, Christian Bale, George Clooney. The list goes on and on. All phenomenal actors and great at what they do. Brad Pitt. There's too many to name. I'll stop there. But yeah, just people that do great work and that really